All right. Hello, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to a show match. This is a casual show match that we are putting on for Alpha X. We have a PvZ going on. This is a series of smaller show matches that we're going to be doing. This is not a Alpha Pro Series match. Just a casual match amongst some of our players that are not in the Dragon category. Thank you guys for subscribing. Wow, we got to subscribe right off the bat. Gravity. Very cool. My name is Gorgonoth, and I'll be solo casting this event. Getting back into casting more Alpha X events. I have used to cast more, and this is my first one in quite a while, so I'm excited to get into it. But it's been a while since I've casted StarCraft 2 as well, so I'm excited to get into it. Okay. Now, looks like our players are ready. Yeah, shout out to Damrud. It is very late in Europe, but he is playing in Central Europe, and that is very cool. Okay. I'm going to tell the players I am ready, and we will get right into this. This is a little bit of a quick, short intro right into our first game, which is nice. Not a lot of waiting around. And like I said, PvZ. And our first match is going to be on Port Alexander. So get your boats out, everybody, as we are jumping into this series. I'm excited. I do think Damrud is favored in this match. Let me change the scenes real quick before I forget. Damrud is favored in this match over Swaghar. He is a higher level than him. But I do think it will be a strong, entertaining match. Swaghar's PvZ is strong. He's been playing for a long time member of Alpha X and Sykes previously, so he's been casting. I'm sure many of you who are watching this know him from casts. So he's got a lot of experience under his belt in this matchup especially. Oh, and it looks like StarCraft crashed. That's not good. Okay, so I'm assuming that you're only hearing my voice and seeing a black screen right now, which is annoying. Sorry, Swaghar, I just crashed. It's been a while since I've played StarCraft 2, so maybe it's just getting the jitters out of my computer. Been playing too much Brood War recently. Oh, fun. You can see Sniper in the chat. How you doing, man? New Alpha X captain for CTL next season. Wishing you luck, man. Hope you do really well in that. So I know you will. And I gotta log in here. Nope. Oh, they're in game. Yeah. So, some hiccups right off the bat. Let's see, does this still work? Okay. Hey, Senley, what's up? Graphic designer of Alpha X does an amazing job. Yes, indeed. Time to show off Swag what he can do. This was originally going to be a different match. It was going to be a TVZ. So Swaghar is playing at quite short notice here. Props to him for subbing in, as we had some time scheduling conflicts. Alright, in the bottom corner of Port Alexander, it is the Orange Protoss, Swaghar. In the top corner of Port Alexander, it is the Blue Zerg, Damrud. Do like this map. Enjoy it. The games I've seen on this map as the third on the low ground, so third's a little bit more attackable. It's not one of those maps where you can get that third up all the time in a super defensible position. So the low ground thirds could mean we see some more two-base play on this map. And I know Swaghar is a pretty... I've seen a lot of his strong macro games. I think that's what he's going to do in this series. At least for the first couple of games, sort of get the pace, see what how Damrud wants to play. He's going to play some just macro. And then, depending on what Damrud pulls out in these first two games, then maybe go for some cheeses later on in the series, is what I predict our Protoss player is going to do. And that's what we're seeing now. At Cheeseadelphia yesterday, saw Starkiller pull out so many proxy hatches versus Protoss. It's pretty ridiculous. I wonder if that'll become more common. It's interesting because I'm not sure of the the breakdown of how much you gain, because if you basically, as a Protoss, pull 5 probes, and you can shut it down eventually, but then if you're quick, you can morph the drone when you cancel the hatch into an Evo, so you get even more time. I'd be curious to see someone run the numbers on whether that is cost efficient or not to actually do a proxy hatch, because it does delay your own hatch, but delays their Nexus. Depending, we'll see if it is. Does it delay their Nexus as much as it does your hatchery? And is it worth it economically? I'd be interested in seeing that. Starkiller told me he really likes doing that. I was not really aware that that was a popular thing to do. At least popular for Starkiller. At least, yeah, Penguin was calling him a psychopathic Zerg for doing all sorts of off-script things. Late nightises and so forth. Okay, we've got a pretty well-timed third here. Going down for Damrud, 235. On time. And we're going into a macro game. Stargate for Swaghar, as expected. Going for an Oracle here. Some variations of that. Sometimes we see Phoenix before Oracle. Oracle Phoenix. Multiple Oracles. There's a couple different ways you can go. 2 Adepts shading into the main here. Going to catch a couple of Lings. And some scouting, which is nice. Going to shade out. Going to get all the Lings. And maybe a drone if he's lucky. Good drone pull from... Ooh, actually, Damrud snipes one of those Adepts. Nice pickoff. And the Phoenix, he did decide to go for Oracle Phoenix. Shading that Adept in here, see if he can get a drone kill or 2. There's 2 Queens here. Should still be able to get a drone. He actually was going for the extractor drones. There we go. 2 drones for an Adept. Not a bad trade. Oracle coming in here. There are spores up, taking a lot of damage there with that Queen. He's got to be careful. This third base is pretty exposed. Swaghar not checking it, though. A few drones are to be had, open to be had there if he does swing in. See the Phoenix going to work on an Overlord here. I like that. The Oracle Phoenix opening for Protoss. Nice way to deny map vision. We have another 2 drones going down. Where was that? Did we lose the Oracle? No, we did not. Where is it? I missed it. I lost track of it. Anyhow, getting a couple more drones here. Nice work. Going into Twilight Robo. He's got a War Prism here, getting charge. And a Templar Archives as well. So it looks like it's going to be some Archon pressure. No third out yet for Swaghar. Oh, my bad. He just plopped it down. This base location. Here's the Oracle. Still going to defend those Lings, chipping away at that pylon. And there are the Archons. We can morph them and send the Zealots in. The third on the low ground, he can get a decent amount of work done here, especially if he decides to put the Archons down, and these choky areas can kill a vast number of Lings. There are some roaches out, which will be able to deal with this, but he still has the potential to get quite a number of drone kills, especially with the micro potential of the War Prism here. Coming in here, there is one Spore. He's not going to be able to get super close to the War Prism, but he's warping in additional Zealots. And there are those Archons getting to work on some of those roaches. Charge is not done yet. I would have liked to see him wait for charge here before going in, but it's not going to matter as there's not enough roaches to deal with this. Loses the Queen. Drones are pulled, although they are caught on the wrong side. He's going to have to wait for more roaches to morph. Additional Zealots being warped in, and now charge is done, so this will be very strong. He could get some sick drone kills if he's not careful. Okay, a lot of drones low, but it's going to be enough. The Archons are kind of split up here. He needs both of them at the same spot. He's going to go for the hatch. War Prism is moving back. Looks like he's kiting, and he's going to get out of there with one Archon. Looks like he's going to sacrifice one Archon. But all in all, a great trade for Swaghar. An Archon, some Zealots for some drones, a lot of roaches, and a base. Not a bad trade at all. Although Damrud not missing a beat in macro, the expand to his 4th, and that is up already. Has a very healthy worker lead over Swaghar. Swaghar at 50 workers. Need to get an additional 10 or so up relatively soon. Swaghar tagging all these roaches here. And what will his next move be? The tech of choice for Damrud. We've seen Lurkers used, Hydras used, Ravagers, combination of those. And we are going into Immortal Tech here, and Storm as well. Only one Forge, it looks like, for Mr. Swaghar. Deciding not to go double Forge. Yeah, he did produce one Void Ray. Maybe he was worried for the impending Roach Ravager push that is coming. He should, it looks like, I think he'll be able to hold on if he gets these Archons morphed in time. That is a lot of Ravagers, though. It's going to come down to how many of the Biles land. He doesn't have Storm yet. Storm is 7 seconds away. He needs to wait to engage before that. This is a lot of Ravagers here. Some Biles landing nicely on that cannon. It is gone. He's getting trapped. Okay, there are the Storms. They're nice Storms. But Biles, there we go. Biles being very efficient, catching a lot of Swag's units. The Void Ray is being very annoying as well, as there's not straight anti-air. He has to go for Corrosive Biles to deal with that Void Ray. And those are Biles he is not using to focus down the Sentries and Templars, which is what he really wants to be doing with those. Damrud expanded to a 5th base. Decided not to retake his main. It's probably smart. There wasn't much there to be had anyways. Yes, Sushi, this is the first game. And so the 5th would be the 5th, but really the 4th. Damrud is up. And 4th is up for Swaghar. So I'm not sure. Damrud might have been able to push in a little bit harder there. Storm was up, but he could have gotten a few more Biles off on those High Templars. Now there's quite a number of High Templars. Looks like 7 that are quite high mana. So the amount of Storms that he's going to have in these upcoming attacks is very high. It's only 1 Robo's worth of Immortal production, and I assume the Chrono Boosts have not been consistent. So the Immortal count really isn't high enough, or isn't that particularly high. Damrud's army does have his army supply lead, and it is in Ravager Hydra. There's the Lurker Den. I think Lurkers are a strong choice. Just got to be careful. If you're caught out on the map, out of position with Lurkers, it can be bad news for you. But Lurkers defensively are very strong. Looks like we got a Ling run by here. A decent amount of cannons and a Void Ray. Looks like we'll clean that up. Only at the cost of some mana to a shield battery. Zealots counterattacking in the main as well. This is going to be dicey for Swag. He's got to land some major storms. This is so tight with his army. If he gets hit with a Bile in the middle of that, it's good night for him. Does he have an Observer up here? I don't think so. There are some Lurkers morphing here. He's going to have to cancel a lot of them, though. They're in a really bad spot. If he lands some storms there, that could be so bad for him. He does have storms. I really want Swaghar to storm on top of those Lurker eggs. Okay, he's going to have to recall here. He doesn't have an Observer. Losing some very expensive units there. That is unfortunate. All in all, not a good trade for Swaghar. Lost a lot of his army, and still, that Immortal count is what worries me, that he has not, I don't think, produced any Immortals during that time. So he's down to maybe 2 in his army. Where did he recall to? His 4th? Yeah, 3. And he's going to have to morph some Archons here to defend. Unless he gets some, he gets some decent storms. The Lurkers are coming here. He does have enough Observers. And Damrud's going to dive on the space. The Lurker spines on those high gas units could be deadly. Lurkers kind of all in a line here. Not a good burrow position for Damrud in terms of cost efficiency. Damrud and noticing a theme here. He's not forcing the issue in any of these fights. Confident to leave with inflicting some damage that he feels is adequate, and he's expanding behind this as well. Expanding towards Swaghar. I'm wondering why he doesn't take this or this base here as opposed to that. This is very short air distance to Swaghar, and I think Swaghar will discover this base as he's flying over with the Warp Prism. Swaghar is trying to switch into air here, and I think that's a strong choice because he doesn't really have. I mean, he would need to throw down another Robo at least to be able to do enough to produce enough of a ground army here to really be able to attack Damrud effectively. There, the carriers are out and waiting for the observers. Going to clear up a few of these lurkers. Fighting uphill, Swaghar needs to go back there. Cannot fight. His army is still pretty small. He's down about 20 supply, and as his air production is not really kicked in yet, he's going to try to take this base. And like I said, this is a characteristic of Port Alexander. A lot of bases on the low ground here, so this is a nightmare to hold this base right here. Got a lot of attack positions, all uphill. Good luck defending that base. This one as well. It's very difficult for Protoss to hold these bases, in my opinion. I would like Swaghar to expand to this base because he's got an uphill defense. He can cannon up much better. That does increase the east to west distance between his bases, but he's not all fighting downhill. We'll see if that has an effect later. Damrud is maxed and he's pushing across the map. If he gets a good lurker burrow, he can't just quite run in though because there's a lot of storms here. These lurkers are going to slowly become less and less effective as this army transitions into more and more air from Swaghar. And it looks like we have a Spire transitioning. A lot of lurkers still morphing here. I would like to see Damrud try to pressure some of these fourth bases from Swaghar. There really hasn't been any economic harass from Zerg this game, as opposed to maybe one or two wing run buys that haven't done much. A lot of lurker eggs morphing. This is so smart from Swaghar. Attacking towards his down. There's a lot of observers here, but it doesn't matter. The DPS from those lurker spines is just too strong. That base will be defended. Swaghar swinging south, and there's two bases down here that could get hit, although pressuring from the uphill is Damrud. A lot of Hydras here. There's a lot of DPS on this Air Force. Some of these carriers getting caught out here in the open, going to lose their shields, but this base will fall, and a lot of those drones for Damrud. Some great storms there on the Hydras that are trying to come up and take this. This is a very strong air army, and like I said, fighting uphill, this is very tough for Damrud to do anything. Fighting uphill for either side is really strong, and there's a lot of lurkers in that army that aren't effective. So Swaghar able to produce enough carriers, and I think Damrud stayed on lurkers too long. He had so many lurkers, but they didn't do much for him at the end because Swaghar had successfully switched to air and his production kicked in. Sushi is messaging me. I assumed I did something wrong. I'm worried. Look at Discord. Okay. Oh, sure. Need to switch overlays? All right. Let me just download this overlay that has our new sponsor information on it. Here we go. All right. Let's go to out of game. Let's change this image. There we go. And let's actually add an in-game one too. Sorry that I'm talking as I'm working. Where is it? Okay, Discord. In-game bar number 3. Where is it? Here we go. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Oops. I missed the invite. I did tell Damrud it was a 70-30 split sushi. That was with Burning when he was in there in that lobby. So I'm not sure Damrud might have in mind that it is a 70-30 split. We can do 60-40 though. Doesn't matter to me, of course. The players want. And we've got our new... Yeah, so Swaghar wasn't there for that. I forgot to update him, but Damrud was, so. Okay. Alright, in the top corner, it is the Protoss, who is up a game in this match. It is the Orange Protoss Swaghar. And from Europe, it is Damrud as the Blue Zerg. There we go. Got those nice new overlays. And while we're waiting for this game to really pick up, guys, I'm going to take a moment to talk about our sponsors. As you can see on that new overlay that Sushi sent me, we are partnered with 24-Hour Fitness. Events like this would not be possible without the support from our sponsors like 24-Hour Fitness. Memberships for 24-Hour Fitness can give you access to not just one club, it's not just one gym, but they can give you access to 436 locations nationwide. So if you want to achieve your fitness goals and tame your dream body, you can go to 24-Hour Fitness. You guessed it, 24 hours a day, guys. And they will help you accomplish them. They've got some really great offerings in terms of equipment, pools, cardio, all the standard offerings you would see at a gym, and much more, as well as studio classes and things like that. So if you're interested in that, check that out, guys. They are helping to sponsor these events through Matcherino, and so big shout out to them. Thank you, 24-Hour Fitness. Okay. So, we have moved on to Kairos Junction. Needs to come down a bit. Volume. Sniper. Am I talking too close to the mic? Anyways, looks like we've got some ling pressure out here for Damrud. I missed that. You in for pool first. With the Adept coming out, will not be able to do much. I'm a little surprised Damrud built the Lings, the sponsor overlay. Paraphobia, okay. I'm not used to seeing people on the Twitch chat that is black. That kind of freaks me out. Okay, you guys further derailed my train of thought. Oops, not that. There we go. Is that good? You guys stop complaining. Alright, that looks better. Okay. So as I was saying, I'm a little confused why Damrud, he built those lings early, didn't just continue to chip away at that. Probably wouldn't have gotten to the real HP, though. So, it's a non-issue. Still too big? You know what? It's alright. Okay. He went for a Robo here first instead of Stargate. So that is a pretty big deviation. Robo and a Twilight Council. And we have a third base out for Swaghar. Sorry, Damrud. I need to take a drink of water. I'm getting hoarse. Okay. All right. Base of Damrud seems to be on time. Third base. But the big thing here is that looks like we will have a push coming out for Swaghar. He's building a Dark Shrine, and he's got a Stalker out in his main base to prevent Overlords. Alright. So I'm assuming it's going to be an Archon drop. Yes, it will be an Archon drop. And the 2 gates, I was thinking that, looking for those gates, additional gates, they will be out in time, I think. As the War Prism is moving across the base, across the map now. And starting up the creep spread already. War Prism going to come in and see the third base, but needs to back up. Yeah, I think Swagger's base, Swagger's build has been delayed quite a bit because, or those gates are late, I think. Especially that third gate, because he should be warping in those 2 Archons right now, and he's not able to. He will get 1 in, and then needs to wait a full another cycle, though. Damrud does have spores up in his main, natural, and third. He's got quite a big number of Roach Ling. Doesn't look like he's expecting this DT drop, though. He did see the Robo and Twilight Council first, so I'm not sure if that might have set him off about something. But here are the DTs coming in. They will gun down that Spore very quickly. There is Lair out, though, so he can get an Overseer relatively fast. Damrud here blocking the Spore Crawler with those drones. This is a really strong move. Wow, okay. Yeah, this is a 200 IQ play from Damrud there to block that Spore Crawler with the drones. That's a good move, and delayed a lot of the damage that was going to come out. There wasn't any Overseer morphing, so its damage wouldn't have gone on too long, but still very strong. But the bulk of the push from the Archon drop is still yet to come. He's going to come in with 2 Archons here very shortly, and see what damage he can get done. There's quite a number of Queens, a lot of Roaches, so I don't think he's going to be able to get much done. He's going to actually send these home and just take a third. That was, timing was just off on that Archon drop, I believe, and he's just going to try to go into a macro game here. Third base is up, but I'm a little bit worried that Damrud's going to be able to push that from Swaghar. And Immortal Production is out. Charge as well. But I believe it's a little bit slower. Workers count is good for Swaghar, though. Even with Damrud. And here comes the pressure. Lings, Ravagers, and Roaches. Okay, he's recalling something. They're recalling that 1 Immortal. I think it was cross map or something. He realizes this is coming, and he's chrono boosting out an additional Immortal. He has double Robo production. This is a really good choice. But it's going to come down to these Biles. Again, like we saw last game. One of the shield batteries gunned down before it even lands. The second one that's a nice move. The 2 Archons are back. It's going to come down to micro here for Swaghar. These Biles landing. Great Biles on the Immortals. Those go down. The Archon goes down. More Immortals are out with the double Robo production. Is it enough? There's some few charge lots coming in. There's some rallying Roaches. Okay, going to be enough to hold. Those last 2 Immortals popped at just the right time. Strong push for Damrud, but good hold for Swaghar. He did lose quite a bit, though. Lost quite a few probes and a decent amount of army, but he did hold. And he's going into double robo production. Damrud, though, again, has his 4th base up, and is just going to continue to poke in here. If I was him, when I have the Ravagers out, and when there's the 4 Storm, I think Zerg should just continually poke with the Ravagers. Try to get some biles. I mean, if you land some sick biles, you can do a ton. Get some probes. This position is very pushable. A couple pylons. It's very strong. We could see some great biles here with this clump of units. They land on that pylon, unpowering that robo. Very nice. It's just being annoying here. Not serious damage being done, but before there's really any area damage or any serious range damage, there's not much he can do. But for now, Damrud's going to back off, wait up a bit, and he looks like he's got Infestation, but Inspire. I like that that choice. I think that's going to be stronger versus Swaghar, more so than Hydra. More so than going for Lurkers, because like we saw last game, once he transitioned into Lurkers, he really wasn't prepared for the Sky Toss switch that was coming. Ravager's going to come up here, be annoying, might be able to catch an Immortal or 2 off guard if he's not careful. Yeah, he's going to... Okay. Immortals are strong. But now he can land some really strong biles if he's careful. Okay, good micro from Swag. I really like that double Robo Bay production. This many Immortals are so strong. Staying on 4 bases, and there is a Muta switch. I like this a lot from Damrud. Swaghar is investing so much into Immortals that he doesn't have a lot of anti-air. He has Archons, and Archons are great versus Mutas, except for their range. They're terrible. He doesn't have Blink. At least, I'm just double checking. There's no Blink, so he's going to have to morph in Stalkers here that don't have Blink, which can do good damage against Mutas, but the problem is the Mutas will already be in the middle lines, then he has to warp in Stalkers. So there's going to be a small window of time where he can potentially get quite a number of probes. Good micro there from Swag. The only thing he has to worry about, though, when he did switch into that many Mutas, is the defense. He needs to hold versus this very strong ground army from Swag. But this is most likely going to force a recall, at least of those Archons. Here we go. Damrud is going onto the probes here. Expect to see it's like a warp in of just a couple of Stalkers here and there. And what is Swaghar going to do? He's not going to recall the Archons. I think that's a mistake. There's 2 there. Is he going to try to micro them back? 33 probes going down. Oh my goodness. Kind of a concave actually for Damrud. A lot of biles landing on those clusters of units. Losing some Archons here. I think Damrud should be able to hold here, especially with reinforcing waves if he gets some good biles. Yeah, some insane biles raining down. Immortals are great, but okay, yeah, Immortals are strong. But the problem is there's no economy now for Swaghar. 43 probes down. He's lost his entire economy, and Damrud lost his army, but he can replace it. Look at his bank. He's got almost 4K minerals and 2K gas. He can continue to produce enough to clean up this army, even if it's just Lings for now. Losing so many of those Immortals, so expensive. It hurts, but I think the right call for Swaghar would have been to just recall that army. Maybe he could have separated out the Archons to recall those. I'm not sure, but in that entire fighting, he only almost killed a hatchery that was almost depleted. So it wasn't really a fight that Swaghar... There wasn't really a worthwhile objective in that fight. Going to morph some more Archons here, and Swaghar trying to take this 4th base. You're just being annoying, and there's no real counter to that. There are some Stalkers, and Archon out will defend this base. But look at that worker count. 20 to 76 workers. This game is pretty much over. Damrud can start to pound across the map with just Lings even to win this. The Kyojin is saying, think going a base trade would be good. I think the problem was that Damrud's ground army actually wasn't too bad. It was a sizable ground army. I'm missing this. Looks like Swagger's trying to make a last stand here with some solid Immortal Micro. It's not going to work, though. Good Micro, but too much here, and Damrud will win. So, yeah, I'm not sure. It could be wrong on would a base trade be effective. But it didn't seem like he could. It was a fair trade. The question is, could he have actually base traded? And I don't think he could have. At least the angle that I kind of like to look at it from when I'm looking at those, kind of deciding whether an engagement was worth it, is the angle of what was Swaghar looking to gain from pushing into that natural area? Not really. That natural's almost mined out. He would have to gone up a ramp to get the tech, and Damrud basically had 5 hatcheries that were all could rally to that point to produce lings. There wasn't a lot to gain by pushing into that natural and committing so hard, and he didn't gain anything. Instead, he lost all of his probes. So I think the correct choice would have been to recall back. Unless I'm missing, he used a recall earlier and he didn't have a recall. In that case, then that would just be unfortunate for Swaghar. Damrud would, benefit from macro hatcheries. I'm not sure, honestly, when macro hatches are worth it in Legacy of the Void, but I assume that he could have used them. I don't know what the rule is when you should expand, just take a new base, or just take a extra hatch in your base. But we are tied up. This is a very exciting series so far. Okay, in the bottom corner, the man who did it in Game 1 with Sky Toss was not able to handle the Mutaswitch in Game 2. It is the orange Protoss, Swaghar. And in the top corner, the blue Zerk, it is Damrud. Ooh, I need to change overlays. There we go. Cyber Forest is a cool map. We are using ladder maps from this, of course, and just doing loser pick. So the build did change up a little bit from Damrud last game. There were some earlier lings. Ooh, but he's taking he went hatch first. And taking the third hatch with his first hatch. Okay, actually, I think that I believe this can be standard to take the third base position with your first drone. So you get the creep up there quicker. Could be wrong. I'm sure someone in the chat will inform me if I'm crazy. But I believe that was standard on some maps. Oh, he got blocked by the probe. Duh. Okay. That would make sense. That's what I get for not paying attention. So yeah, this is a ramped map, the natural ramp, so defense of the natural base is very strong. Paraphobia, do you have another name that I know you from in Alpha X? Or another name that I would know you from? But anyway, going for some adepts and Stargate this time. Not going for the really heavily Paraphobia bond. Okay, I'm gonna discard it as well. Okay. So yeah, Stargate instead of the Robo. I'm a fan of doing Twilight Robo type builds, but Stargate is very strong. There is some Ling pressure. Speed is going to finish. He's been pumping out a decent number of Lings. And even though I said that this is a good map for defense, if you have no units here, doesn't really matter. Some Lings are going to get in here. There are 2 adepts very close by. Actually, Swaghar was fortunate. I think he saw that and sent that first adept back. He's going to lose the pylon, though. That is very unfortunate. We'll delay that production of the 3rd adept. But the 2 adepts here can clean these Lings up. What did he lose? He lost 1 probe and 1 pylon for some Lings. Seems like a pretty okay trade, but the problem is there is a big round of Lings on the way. This is a very committed Ling pressure from Damrud, and there's only Adepts here. He needs to get some. I'm not sure why he didn't build a shield battery. There's an Oracle out here though, and he's going to use a gate to build a second wall. Smart play from Swaghar. This is essentially, I believe, yeah, completely shut down by this very strong. If he's not paying attention here, this could not be good. Yeah, he's going to put that up again. He did abandon that 1 adept to die, and there's the shield battery. Swaghar not wanting to build that. I'm not sure why. Where's the Oracle? Is it across map? He needs to send it back. Although it is out of mana. He used it all for to build earlier. Yeah, this is very committed. He's not building anything out of that gate. Okay, he's transitioning it to a warp gate now. He's going to be able to warp a unit out soon. That pylon's going to fall, though. There's nothing here. I don't think Swaghar realized that Damrud was committing to this all the way. I thought it was a hold at first, but not so. He's really trying to micro with these probes. He's losing so many probes, though. Yeah, this is not Brood War, where you can kill infinity drones, Lings, with probes. He killed a lot of Lings, but probes can only fight so well, and the Oracles are out of mana, and I think this is the death knell for Swaghar. He's really trying to fight in macro with these Lings. They will run out eventually. As it is Lings just streaming across. There we go. Expect we'll see a GG here. Damrud takes it. Nice. So I think if Swaghar had maybe identified it a little bit earlier. Hey Baxter, what's up? Thank you for watching. Baxter, not Baxter. If Swaghar would have identified it a little, well, he saw the first wave and he may have thought that that was it, and that it was going into. Damrud was going to try to macro, but the should have put down a shield battery quicker. Right once he saw the pressure. Once he saw the pressure, should have put down a shield battery or 2, and I think a zealot instead of a adept might have been better. So, yeah, just unfortunate for him. Sentry, that's true. Not sure if he was tight on gas at that point. Baxter, I am casting. It is Gorgonov. Yeah, he's getting out an Oracle at a time. Plus, I'm not sure if he had any buildings as main, so I'm not sure if he had the gas for that. On your phone, the voice is different. Hello, Baxter. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good Easter. Yeah, I hope everybody had a great Easter weekend. I think some people it's Easter Monday. I think in the UK. Not sure. Okay, going into game number 4 here, we've had back and forth wins for all our players, and it's been very entertaining so far. In the bottom corner here, we have the orange Protoss. It is Swaghar. And at the top corner, we have the blue Zerg, Damrud. And, okay, Easter is tomorrow in Romania. That's right, I believe in Easter falls on different times for different, I guess, whatever calendars they're based on. I think lunar calendar. These are lunar calendars, so it does change based on. They're different calendars and they fall on different times. That's what I'm trying to say. Based on where you are. Paraphobia. Easter tomorrow, so I'm guessing UK. Next first? Okay. We'll see if Damrud, looks like he's just Overlord scouting here, so I'm from Czech, not the UK. Okay. So you're from Czechoslovakia. Okay, cool. I thought that was a UK thing to have Easter on Monday, but who knows? And okay, Czechoslovakia does not exist. Sorry, dude. You're from Czech Republic, right? Not Slovakia. My bad. My bad. Okay, now that I'm thinking about European geography and not this game, courtesy of Paraphobia, North American education, yeah. I actually did pretty well in geography, and I do enjoy it, but I think that part may have been a little lacking. Sounds like I have a big ego and I feel like I need to defend myself, but anyways, we've got 2 adepts coming out here for Swaghar. And Lings looked like they deked out that 2 adepts. And this is probably one of the softest walls in existence, Hyojin. And that one pylon is going down, so there's another one morphing ASAP. Where are those adepts? Okay, they're almost across the map. Yeah, this is a big map. So they committed pretty hard to that. The pylon is up, and now the adepts are trying. Yes, to recall the adepts. No, Swaghar. Oh, this feels so bad. Okay, luckily it's pretty early in the game. But losing some more probes here. That's unfortunate. The adepts are here, so these Ling's days are numbered, but they might be able to catch a probe if they're lucky. This one Stalker finding himself on the other side of the wall, not able to help out here, funnily enough. Though with the Twilight Council's not powered as well. Generally being annoying for Mr. Swaghar here. The question is, what is Damrud's follow-up? His follow-up. Got Roach Warren here. Third base feels late. And it looks like Swaghar is going to go for an Adept build. He's got Glaives on Chrono. I think we'll need to see a Forge here pretty soon to get that +1 attack paired with the Glaives. And Swaghar, please keep that wall intact. Thank you. Taking down the unbuildable plates. Rocks. Same difference. And there will be a swell of Lings here, but not effective. Macro seems okay for Damrud. Droned up. And is he going to switch into Roaches? Pretty hard here. We'll see. We've got Roach speed, range attacks on the way. A group of adepts is moving across map here. There will be enough Roaches out in time to deal with this, especially because there's no Warp Prism to reinforce. Okay, this is double Stargate. So this is Mass Phoenix. Okay, interesting. This is a big map. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to think about that. Just going to poke in with these adepts. Going to be annoying here. Glaves is done. No +1, so has to get out of there. Going to lose a lot of these adepts. If he's lucky, he's going to save a couple with shading out, but save 2. But right now, not Damrud, Swaghar is very susceptible to a counterattack here, which is what's going to happen. There's no robo. There's 2 gates out right now. Late forge. He might need cannons to defend this. So this is going to be tough. He needs to hit his adept warpins here, or else he's not going to be able to defend this. Although there's 4 phoenixes out, so one shield battery up is good. He's going to need more, though, I think, to defend this. This third is very likely going to fall. Going to lose a lot of probes there. That hurts even more. He's going to have to pull the phoenixes in here and try to do some damage. I think that Damrud can just go for the army here. I don't think there's enough phoenixes to get liftoffs here. Sentries, that's a nice call. Going to be able to force field this so that those phoenixes will be effective. Okay, but they break through the cyber core, and they're going to get on top of those sentries, some lings, that pylon as well. The wall is now no longer a wall. That's an issue again. And there's just not enough liftoff here. This is unfortunate. I think Swaghar should have been much more careful with those adepts in a position where you're switching to mass phoenix. You're going to be really weak to that, and he didn't have much intel on what Damrud was doing. Committed a little too hard to that adept play and lost all those adept. That hurts. So, fortunately, will be another W for Mr. Damrud. Okay. We have Swaghar choosing his map. Automation in all caps. I'm curious to see if Swaghar this game. I think his best bet would probably just be playing standard. He played pretty well in the first 2 games. When he went for that sky toss switch and actually won the first game. Looks like Damrud is calling for a bathroom break. Okay, we will allow that. We will allow it. And I'm going to take another moment to thank again our sponsor, 24-Hour Fitness, guys. 24-Hour Fitness. The title gives away a lot of the reason why it's great. Do you frequently find yourself not going to the gym because you don't get that motivation until 4 a.m., maybe 5 a.m.? If you're on a degenerate gamer time schedule, doesn't matter. You can go any hour of the night. There's probably less people there too. So if you're kind of only lift 1 plate, well, go when no one's there. If you need motivation to go any time of the day, then you should choose 24-Hour Fitness. I highly recommend you switch to them. All 436 locations are open 24 hours. You can go to the gym any time of the day. Access to all the locations. Free fit plan. So when you're traveling, seeing family, there's probably one nearby. Studio classes, pools, cardio equipment are all included in your membership. You should all take advantage of that and check out 24-Hour Fitness. Thank you, Phoenix Tears, for the host. I did not see how many viewers that was, but thank you. It's appreciated. Yeah, so check out 24-Hour Fitness, guys. They are sponsoring, helping us they are partnering with us and providing us with great stuff. How you doing, Finks Tears? Always a big fan of your content. And your casting as well. I really enjoyed whenever you cast for us. Okay, we're waiting for Damrud here. I think that this series is trending in his direction, as it is 3-1, obviously. But still some fun games, back and forth PvZ. Like I said, Swaghar didn't have a ton of time to prepare for this. Was just a more casual event. Thank you, Sniper, for the bits, the 10 bits, or was that, yeah, 10 bits? Much appreciated. 11 bits, looks like. There we go. I can't read. I actually can't. A little bit sleepy. Consumed large quantities of ham before this, so I am quite full. Oh, and the game's starting. I'm not paying attention. Here we go. Switch scenes. Gorgonaut, thank you. Alright, thank you everybody for tuning in to this show match. It has been a ton of fun. Really enjoyed getting back into casting for Alpha X. Sushi. And thank you again who cheered. I can't see who that is. But thank you. Paraphobia is now following. Okay, that was a follow. Cool, thank you anyway. Alright, now that our score is set, we are going to go into game number 5. In the top corner, not the top corner, in the 8 o'clock position of automation, it is Swaghar, the orange Protoss. Cross position from him, in the other fortress on automation, it is the blue Zerg Damrud, who it is very late from right now. It is 1 a.m. I believe. So, just thank him for playing in this match. It wasn't easy to get a time that worked for me being U.S. caster and him being European. So, thank you for him for sticking with the process. Okay, I'm corrected again by a bunch of nerds who know time zones. So, thanks for your opinion. So, the probe here, taking some heavy damage to those drones. And yeah, okay, so automation. Let's talk about automation. I will 1v1 you in Brood War, brah. I will crush you with proxy 99 gates. Actually, what are you ranked in Brood War? Paraphobia? Because I will definitely play. Anyways, I'm distracted. Automation has quite a wide choke. So it is a different wall. It's a bit farther out. 1900 in Korea? Wow. Okay. I'm like 1600 at my best, so that's pretty nice. Dude. Props, man. Okay. Cool. Stargate again for Swaghar here. A very short air distance, so we do see... Oh, he's kidding. Okay. I was like, wow. Okay. Short air distance between the two mains. We see a lot of shenanigans happen with War Prisms on this map. Phoenixes, Oracles, the like. Only going for 1 gate here instead of a 2-gate opener he did last time. Though it was because it was Nexus first last time. But moving out with the 2 Adepts, and this time Damrud not going for any pressure. Did he even build any Lings yet? He's building them, maybe? Yeah, no Lings built yet. So actually, he's going to just defend these 2 Adepts with the Queens, which is usually enough, but still can sometimes get a drone kill or 2. And went for a very nice, quickly timed 3rd. Shade into the main. Ooh, looks like Damrud got successfully baited. These queens are now going to be stranded out in the open. And there's a sport color being built here, but now there's some lings. Speed lings. Ooh, is he going to lose these adepts again? Okay. Lost the adepts. Did he get any drone kills? That's the question. He only got one. So lost 2 adepts again. Great. Good pickup for Damrud. And unfortunate for Swag, losing those 2 adepts means, again, I guess he's a little bit more susceptible to a push if Damrud wanted to apply pressure with lings. He only built 1 Oracle here out of the Stargate, not deciding to go for a Phoenix. I think the choice to go for Pheni, is wise. It's a fun style, but I think Swag's better off not doing it. Getting a War Prism here, going for a faster Storm build. Unlike some of the maps, I feel like this third is easier to defend. It is on the low ground, but you've only got 1 real choke to defend if you're positioned between the natural and the third. And then your reinforcing units can attack. If your third's under attack, your reinforcing units can attack from the high ground. So it's a little bit easier to defend than comparatively from other maps. Or you can also try to take this one, as he is doing now. So I guess that would be the 4th base, but this low ground base, a little bit easier to defend. So the 4 bases that are all pretty close for both players, but then once you expand beyond that, it is quite difficult to, you are quite spread out when you move beyond 4 bases. 2 Archons coming in here. There is, yeah, there's a ton of defense here, so not going to really get much done here. Building a Void right here for defense. Mortal production, only the 1 Forge. It bugs me a little bit that he doesn't just go double Forge. But, alas. And has he dropped those Archons in? Yes. Yes. Into the main. Here we go. There's a lot of queens there, and he does not want to lose that War Prism, so no damage for these Archons. Okay, stand corrected. He's going to get an Overlord. But, yeah, not a lot of value out of these Archons. And it looks like Damrud is just going to go for a Ravager again here. The extra gates getting thrown down for Swaghar. He's transitioning into that 3rd base. 3 base economy. Hand is super sweaty. I'm losing control of my nostril. Okay. So, keeping that War Prism alive, getting a little bit of damage with those Archons is nice. He needs to be careful not to lose it. And tag the main. Okay. So, what I wanted to say was that I do like that Swaghar is going for this macro style. I think that he is strong with it. I think he has pretty good multitask and multiple base management. And I like that he's not going for something cheesy here. Just going to play a standard game. I like automation for this much more than I like a map like Port Alexander. For instance, I think you can get better engagements as Protoss. Bigger plateaus in general. And he's going for that earlier Storm style, so he's going to have Storms to defend. And those, if Damrud does want to put on pressure with this huge force of Ravager that is morphing out, those Storms are going to become extremely, extremely important. Okay, we've got that 1 Void Ray here. It's going to start chipping away, but there is not a lot here. This is not double Robo production. This is 1 Robo. He's adding on a 2nd Robo. I like that a lot. So just kind of, he sees everything. So now, so Swagger's not going to get caught off guard here. Here's the fight. Nice. Using sentries to section off some of those forces, get a few kills. That's strong. Using the War Prism, going to go for a Zealot drop in the main. I like that a lot. Swagger, as he increases immortal count, as he increases the number of storms, basically he's defended this third base very nicely with that one sentry clip off that basically sealed the defense for him. And now he can start to make life a little bit painful for Damrud here by some Zealots in the main. Not going to do much, but drawing the attention of Damrud away. Worker count quite strong for Swagger. He's up to 70 now, and he does have that fourth base up and running. Okay, the choice will be Lurker from Damrud for tech. And this is seen, by the way, from Swagger if he's paying attention, so he does know Lurker's coming. And we've got double immortal production. Yeah, I feel like this could really be a version of Game 1 where he just where Swagger can win this army versus this army. Ravager Roach versus Storm Immortal I think is very strong, and if he gets more Immortals instead of switching to Sky Toss, that could be very strong as well. Storms are going to be huge in this engagement because it is an army supply deficit for Swagger. He needs to get that War Prism here, though. He needs to warp in units with his army. He's warping a ton of Zealots into the main, though. That is going to make life really difficult for our friend. Losing an Immortal there, unfortunate for Swagger. A lot of the storms have been drained out. The Zealot's going to take down the hatchery in the main. But right now, Swagger's army getting whittled down. He needs to pull back. Zealots in the main doing a great job cleaning up that hatchery. There wasn't much minerals there, but still very nice. He's going to recall the Zealots? Okay. I only question that because I guess before he wants to use the recall again, he can use it, but he's not planning on being aggressive right now, just building up, so that's fine. Is he transitioning into Sky Toss? Looks like he is somewhat. Yeah, he's got his Fleet Beacon and his second Stargate on the way. Fourth base is up and running. He needs to transfer workers there. He's doing so now. The fifth base will be interesting for Swaghar. Okay, the army's kind of out in the line here. Not great storms. But can he hold this position? There's a lot of lurkers. Does he have enough observers with this army? He has one. Can he use the reveal with the... Okay, Zealots attacking this fourth base hatchery of Damrud. Will they get it? Yes, they will. It is down. Nice pick off for those Zealots. I'm going to delay mining them for quite some time. Very strong play. And we might even get that drone that was sent to rebuild it. That's nice. So, very strong harassment from Swaghar. He's going to send out another group of Zealots to that third base. So, there are lurkers, though, so these Zealots will die a very untimely death. Actually, they might catch one of these lurkers out. That's nice. Swaghar getting this fifth base. It is very kind of in a weird position from all his other bases. So he will need to get a fair amount of static D up at that base, I believe. We got lurkers coming down to this base. It is revealed, and there are photon cannons there. A big attack happening at this base. Some great storms. The immortal production being right there is really helpful as well. Oh no, Swaghar, these immortals caught out in the open. We'll be okay, though. Lurkers at this base. There's enough here. Those lurkers especially being revealed with the cannons, with the Archons to defend. Swaghar, all in all, is holding very well in this game. Fifth base still under production as well. So that means Swaghar is actually in a position to take a base lead in a PvZ, which is very strong for him. Mothership is going to be out very soon. And the army supply is actually equalizing for both players. And this is a position where Zerg's will actually struggle. The workers count is even. The economy is actually in favor of Swaghar, believe it or not. So Swaghar is definitely in a commanding lead in this game. Going for infestors. Infested Terrans could be quite nice. Could be very nice, lobbing them up into this main. Could clear out a lot of tech here for Swaghar if he's not careful. The whole army is there though, so I actually think that Swaghar can take this fight pretty convincingly with this much damage. Potential damage dealing. He's almost maxed as well. There's going to be max army versus max army. It looks like he's out of position here, so he's going to allow this whole army to get up here for Swaghar. This is so bad. This is the one thing he didn't need to happen. He can take any fight, but now he's on the downhill position. This is so unfortunate for Swaghar. Good feedback's going down on some of the infestors, but I don't think it's enough. Great storms though, but this base is down for Swaghar. Swaghar took some quite significant losses, and now he's just going to try to go home. Oh no, he's losing some more units that are just trapped in the middle. This was a difficult position to be in for Swaghar. The army kind of going everywhere at once, discombobulated. He's lobbing infested Terrans. They're not making it out though, because those Archons can't attack. And now it's Damrud who's losing a lot of his army. So now, even though Swaghar took some pretty big losses by losing that base, he is in a position to push across the map. He didn't really lose any of the carriers, and now that Swaghar is transitioning into Skytoss production, that's going to be crucial. He lost a lot of Immortals and a lot of his ground army, but not a lot of his carriers. He still has a pretty high carrier count. So, and Damrud doesn't really have an answer to that. Feels like the infestors were kind of just a last-ditch effort, and he had a really good chance. He got his army caught totally out of position. If he could have maybe been a little bit better with his micro, he might have been able to get more done. But as it is right now, Swaghar has a supply lead. Weathered the storm there, losing that base, didn't react, lost some units, but now he's pushing up here with Storm, with Archons, with Skytoss. He's going to take out this base, which had a healthy economy, and even start to engage the army head-to-head. He's used a lot of his storms. He doesn't really have too many more storms left here, I don't think. So he needs to be careful here. I think maybe the correct position, the correct tech choice would have been Viper or Hydra here to try to get a ducts with the carriers. Instead of this, these carriers really haven't remained touched because there still is a contingent of ground army from Swaghar that is strong. Damrud is basically on 2 base, whereas Swaghar is on 3. He rebuilt that base he lost, and now he can continue to expand as well. He's doing a good job macroing. Doesn't feel like there's a lot he can do here. Damrud's going to lose this base, and putting down some time warps as well. That's nice. Now he can go for this base. Yeah, he can kill that pretty easily, and just engage the army as it comes towards him. Nice storm there, and GG is called. Swaghar wins that game. Man, nice play from Swaghar. That's what I wanted to see him do, and he did it, and he pulled out a win. Very cool for him. Glad to see that he won another game, made it 3-2. This has turned out to be quite an interesting show match. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a little bit more one-sided. I did think Damrud was going to beat Swaghar quite significantly. And he's going to have two more shots at it. I need to go grab some water. I will be right back, everybody. And then when I'm back, we will... oops, I said that to the wrong channel. We will go on to game number 6. We are on match point. It's 3-2. Okay, I am back. And we move on to... Oops, error. There we go. All right, sorry about that. Okay, switch scenes. Here we go. Forgot to tell them I was ready, but they started anyhow, so it's all good. Moving to New Repugnancy. This is an interesting map. Oops. So it does have the third that is close to the main in air distance and pretty defendable in my opinion. So if I was in Swag's position, I would just basically rinse and repeat of last game. I think for him, as long as he scouts decently well, so he identifies what's going on, he can be safe to a lot of the early shenanigans that Damrud would try to pull, and then can macro. And I think in a macro game he can beat Damrud. He kind of has Damrud's number, that once he basically goes lurker and he doesn't really have a strong hive tech option. The infestors, I'm not to be full disclosure, I don't know exactly the stats on infestors, what they do. I know they've been changed a few times, but the fungal, I know that's not nearly as strong as it was. So I'm not sure if he was going to try to lean heavily on infested Terrans, but he basically got one of the best possible engagement positions he could have, fighting the army of Swaghar piecemeal at that weird location, and he didn't do much. He took a base out, but it didn't. The army of Swaghar was too strong for him to capitalize on it. So yeah, we'll see if Swaghar just wants to do that. I hope he does. And as far as what Damrud should do, I think he's really only played 2 games. He's played Ling Pressure, well, he didn't. That's not true. He did the Roach bust when Swaghar went Phoenixes on automation. No, no, that was on automation. I'm confused. When he went double Phoenix, whatever that was on, he won that map. And then he won the other map with the Ling all-in. So I would try to put pressure on Swaghar, force him to multitask, be aggressive, pull out some form of aggression versus Swaghar. Don't let Swaghar sit back and macro. In all the macro games they've played, the aggression from Damrud has really been lacking. Once a certain point, he really hasn't shown it all. Like, for instance, last game, I don't know if we didn't have much aggression besides the direct attack on that base. We didn't really have Ling run bys. We didn't have really anything at all in the way of aggression. So I'd like to see more of that from Damrud. Swaghar this time will not lose the Adepts. No damage done with them either, though. And it looks like he's just going to shade back home. It's going to be Stargate. The Oracle is making its way across the map. There will be spores finished by that time in all the bases except the third. He could get a drone and some larvae there if he wants to. but instead flying into the main, which is well defended. So Swaghar not following that up with a Phoenix like we have seen in some games. Is charge, and if we see a there we go, Temple Archives. Okay, so I think he's gonna try for that Archon drop again. Swaghar hasn't been able to get much done with this in any of the games, really. He has been able to get harassment done with Zealot Warpins into bases, but he has not been able to get much done with the Archons. Oops, we're frozen. Okay, looks like we just had a small hiccup. Okay. Alright, just making sure everything is working for our players. I think so. Okay. Looks like we just had a momentary crash there. My setup, my system specs are pretty good, but my internet is not, unfortunately. Service provider just isn't that reliable. Adepts here going to try to defend. This is going to force a cancel here. This is Ling pressure. This is what Damrud needs to do to Swaghar. Swagger's cutting corners with this. He's going to force another cancel. That's 200 bills down the drain right off the bat. And losing an Adept here. Going to lose the Pylon. The Oracle is here, killing a lot of Lings. But that's solid damage. Delaying the third base of Swaghar a ton. And the Archons are morphed way across the map. Swaghar committed quite a bit into that attack and wasn't able to get much done with it. And I don't think he's going to be able to get much done with these Archons either. There's quite a number of Roaches and Queens at both of these bases, and he's going to have to warp in a lot of Zealots in order to counter that many Roaches. He does have more gates on the way. He's going to be up to about 7. And third base, but third base is so delayed. I think that's going to be the crucial part. Yeah, nothing really he can get done with this Warp Prism, so that's unfortunate for him. And Ling's going to pester this third base again. Taking out the Pylon. Taking out the Adept. And it's a big Roach push coming across the map. These Archons need to book back here right now. He's actually going to have to recall. That's unfortunate. But he's going to lose his third base again. So Swaghar is not going to. I think he can hold with the Archons. Where are they? Where's those Archons? Okay, there they are. Never mind. Problem is Archons don't have good range. So he's still going to lose a lot of these front structures, even if he's not going to lose that. And Damrud can continue to macro behind this. He's doing great damage. A lot of Zealots being warped in here. But these Roaches, the fact that they're here right now and they're delaying the third is so strong. I would like to see Damrud take a fourth base here. There's a lot of Archons being morphed here, so in a minute, Swagger's going to have a really strong army. The question is, will it be able to push out against this? If he gets to a certain Ravager count, it's just so hard to do anything against. Bile's kind of whiffing there, but the problem is that in this choky situation, Ravagers are a nightmare to deal with. That Void Ray is annoying right now, but it's not doing enough damage to really make a huge difference here. Damrud needs to macro behind this, though. He's flooding Lings in, which is going to be strong if he continues to pick off these Archons. Yeah, I think this game is, now it's his. Once he's past this point, now Swaghar can't fight. Once Swaghar surrendered that choke, it's over for him. Ling streaming in here. There's not enough damage. Damrud will win this show match in a very convincing, aggressive play on game number 6. We saw him pull out this type of aggression a couple of times versus Swaghar. It has not failed him. Okay, that is all, everyone, for the show match. Congratulations to Damrud for playing. It was a very entertaining show match. Like I said, it was a bit short notice for Swaghar, so he didn't have a ton of time to prepare, but still put up a valiant effort. So both sides, thank you to Swaghar and Damrud for playing. It was a pleasure to cast. I really enjoyed it. It was fun to get back into casting, and I hope to do more of these in the future. Just some show matches between guys, and increase my knowledge of StarCraft 2. As I enjoy it, but it's that the changing meta does leave me in the dust quite a bit. PvZ and TvZ, or at least PvZ, I find a little bit easier to watch. I think there's things that I've known that have kind of stayed there through time, or through the various patches and edits to StarCraft 2 that have stayed consistent, that I do know and that I can commentate on. If I tried to cast a ZVZ, it would be not pretty, to say the least. But yeah, congratulations, Damrud, you won, and let's see, yes, I gotta get the players to join the Matcherino page. We'll do that in a moment. But I'm going to take one last moment to thank the people that make this possible. And I'm looking for... Okay. I would like to talk about GameStop for a moment here before you leave. GameStop has always given power to players, and now they're bringing it specifically to esports players, our favorite kind of players. GameStop has new program features coaching. GameStop's new program features coaching and more from some of the world's most prominent teams and players. Visit GameStop's site through the Matcherino Quest and learn more and donate to the prize pool. Check out that. GameStop has been pivotal to the video gaming scene for such a long time, whether it was the physical stores or their online presence like they're doing now. So be sure to check them out on their Matcherino Quest, and you can get involved with all the cool stuff that they offer. Big thanks to GameStop for partnering with us. All right, that's all, guys. Thank you for watching. We got some fun viewership, even though it's a more casual show match. It was a ton of fun to cast, and it was a pleasure to watch. All right, that's it for me, guys. I hope everyone had a great Easter, or will have a great Easter if you're in Eastern Europe or elsewhere, and you have not celebrated Easter yet. I hope it is wonderful. All right, we'll see you guys soon, hopefully in May, to cast another one of these in a couple of weeks. That will be. Thank you, Damrud, for the follow. You well thought, well played, sir. You deserve the win. It was a great series. Okay, that's it, guys. Take it easy.